There are moments in life when you realize the enemy is not the world. It's your own undisciplined mind. I found myself there not long ago, drenched in anxiety, distracted by noise, constantly pulled between duty and desire. And so, I stopped everything and gave myself 7 days, just 1 week, to reset my life with the only philosophy I trusted to ground me in reality: Stoicism. 6 simple habits, ancient, powerful, ruthlessly clear, and in just 7 days, they didn't just improve my life, they redefined it. This isn't a motivational speech. This is a blueprint for reclaiming your time, your focus, your energy, and ultimately, yourself. Let me show you the habits that changed everything. Number 1. The first victory. Dominating the morning. The first transformation begins at dawn, not with a quote, not with a coffee, with command. Every morning before the sun rises, I rise. No phone, no stimulation, no digital intrusion, just presence. The first 10 minutes of my day are now spent in silence, reciting one question from Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That question framed every action that followed. Before the world invaded, I had already won. By the time most people were still trapped in reaction, I had chosen clarity, discipline, direction. It is not enough to wake up. You must arrive, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. That's the real alarm clock. Number 2. Replacing noise with order. Noise is not just external, it's internal. So the second habit was radical mental hygiene. I removed the clutter, emails, notifications, endless articles, opinions. I silenced all of it. In its place, 1 page from meditations, 1 principle, that's all. I didn't read to feel wise, I read to train, to recalibrate my inner compass toward what mattered: courage, reason, temperance, justice. Seneca once wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." That's exactly what modern life feeds on: imagined suffering, disguised as information. In just 1 week, the mental fog began to lift. I wasn't overwhelmed. I wasn't distracted. I was still. Number 3. Physical discipline without excuse. The body is the servant of the mind, but it can also become the master if left undisciplined. So I introduced controlled physical hardship into every day. Cold water, fasting, deliberate fatigue. Not to prove anything, but to reclaim dominion over my impulses. The Stoics weren't soft. They didn't chase luxury. They tested themselves daily. Because how can you withstand the storms of life if you can't withstand a little discomfort by choice? That week, I faced resistance, not just in the form of external challenge, but internal weakness. And I overcame it, by ritual, by force, by will, not through motivation, through repetition. Number 4, the time accountability practice. Each morning, I reminded myself of this. Time is not promised. It is loaned. We live as if we have unlimited tomorrows, ignoring that each day is an irreversible withdrawal from the account of our life. So I started treating time as the sacred currency it truly is. No more vague plans. No more waiting for the right moment. Every day I asked, what am I doing with the time I've been given today? Is it worthy of the person I claim I want to become? This wasn't just about productivity. It was about alignment, about making sure my actions matched my values. Seneca warned us, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." And he was right. In just 1 week, this shift made my decisions sharper, my focus cleaner. I stopped trying to fill time and started honoring it. When you stop treating time as disposable, you stop living like you're disposable too. Number 5. The evening audit. At night, I held court with myself. No distractions, no noise, just one private tribunal. What did I do today that was worthy of respect? What did I do that deserves correction? This wasn't guilt. This wasn't self-punishment. It was structure. The Stoics approached self-examination like a soldier reviews the battlefield, calmly, precisely, without emotion clouding judgment. And within days, the fog began to lift. I started to see what I had been blind to. The small compromises, the subtle lies I told myself, the friction points between who I was and who I wanted to be. The audit exposed my time thieves, scrolling when I should be focused, reacting when I should be reasoning. It highlighted the places where my discipline cracked, where my values didn't yet govern my actions. But most importantly, it created alignment. I wasn't drifting anymore, I was tracking. Each night, I replaced fantasy with fact, self-deception with self-governance, illusion with insight. That one habit didn't just change my week, it recalibrated my entire trajectory. Number 6. Speaking less, acting more. Lastly, I practiced voluntary silence, not as avoidance, but as refinement. In every interaction I asked myself, does this need to be said? Does it need to be said now? Does it need to be said by me? Most of the time the answer was no, and so I spoke less and listened more. I stopped broadcasting and started observing. I learned that restraint is not passivity. It is strength in its most mature form. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, reminded us, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen twice as much as we speak." By the end of the week, I wasn't just more mindful, I was more respected, because stillness commands attention louder than noise ever could. 6 habits, 1 week, a permanent shift, not because I changed the world around me, but because I changed the relationship I had with my own mind, my time, my body, and my mortality. The world is chaotic. You cannot control it, but you can control your preparation. And that's what Stoicism gives you, a daily disciplined framework for dignity in the midst of disorder. These habits are not for the weak. They are for the person who is done pretending, done performing, done drifting, for the one ready to return to themselves. If you try nothing else, try this. 1 week, 6 habits, and no compromise. Let the world stay noisy. You will be unshakable.